Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the first in our 30 Days to Greatness series from EXIT Strategy Realty and Project X. We are going to get started here in just a moment. We are going to be recording this. We will be adding it to our coaching blog and all over the internet. So I wanted to go ahead and share my screen and get the ball rolling for you. We have a lot to cover in a short period of time today. So please do go ahead and mute yourselves if you wouldn't mind. I am going to go ahead and share my screen here and then get right into our slideshow. So why are we here today? Well, I am glad you asked. We have a lot of great resources for you. This is 30 Days to Greatness from Project X. And every day this month, all the way through the end of March, we are going to get you into new pieces of production, new tools, new techniques, new systems, so that you are prepared for the second quarter and beyond right here at EXIT. So what are we doing specifically today? We are going into the period pieces of listings. So we talk a lot about buyers. We love buyers, of course, but we also love our sellers. And what we want to do is focus today on the tools of both EXIT and Project X that you may or may not know exist. So first of all, why are we here? Listings are incredibly valuable for you as an agent, because not only are you potentially selling that property for your owner, but also if you're marketing the property properly, using a system, the system we outline here, you can get multiple buyer and seller leads beyond that sale. So I've road tested dozens of technologies over the years, dozens of techniques, and sold hundreds and hundreds of listings of my own, but not just sold those listings, turned around and gotten buyers, unrepresented buyers, not only just for that property, but for other properties, maybe because that property didn't meet their needs, as well as picking up sellers in the area who were wowed by what I did with the marketing for that property. So we're going to use the Project X proprietary skin that is on top of the already amazing EXIT resources, and we're going to get you into a much greater chance for success. So what do you need today? We're going to be using 5 different things. This is being recorded, so I'm not expecting you to whip these out immediately and use them. This is something that you can come back and play time and again, along with the other 29 days of the 30 Days to Greatness. And then we're going to come together several times, obviously, over the course of this 30 days. And we're going to come back to certain techniques. So don't think that because you don't have maybe your Wise Agent CRM set up all the way or your Zenlist set up all the way, we will get to that. But today we are focusing on what are the seller tools you have in your arsenal through EXIT and through Project X. So how are we going to do this? Well, we're going to do 5 different things in the process of taking a listing. And you're going to want to know this whether you have a listing right now or not, because you want to be able to articulate what is in your arsenal as a EXIT Strategy Realty agent. So number 1, pre-listing. What are you going to do for the pre-listing? Well, the great thing that we have now is that we are paying for 35 photos, a floor plan, and a 3D tour provided by Project X. So that is provided by me. I'm paying for those because what we know is, guys, cell phone photos don't cut it. You need a floor plan, you need the professional shot photos, and you need a 3D tour. So we have Laura Bell, who is with us today on this webinar. She is our in-house professional photographer. She owns a photography company. That's what she did before getting into real estate. And I hired her specifically because of her talents, knowing that you may be skipping out on photos, you maybe don't have the best relationship with the right companies for photos, or that $400 spend that a lot of us were spending with some of these professional companies just wasn't in your budget. So we've taken that away from you. You don't have to worry about that anymore. But once you do get those photos taken by Laura, and I'm going to show you how to order those in a little bit here later, you're going to want to do these next steps. And so if we've taken the heavy lifting of the photos, the floor plan, and the 3D tour off of you, what's next? Well, you're going to want to obviously focus on the remarks, having great remarks for that property. I have an entire presentation on how to really explore getting the best possible remarks out there. But then as you launch the listing, what I'm going to show you today is specifically a brand new listing that I have. And I'm going to walk you through the steps that I've done with that listing, showing you exactly what happens as it goes on the market. So that after that pre-listing, the next step is going to be what we call launch. And so launch is using the expert marketing suite tools. Those are the tools provided by Exit Corporate. And then also the tools of Project X. So you want to get that lead capture going so that you're not just spraying and praying, as I joke around and say sometimes, but you're actually strategically getting leads. So you're having a call to action and lead capture. Again, that's call to action and lead capture. I'm going to show you specifically with a live example what that looks like. And then we're going to talk about signage using your digital business card and the Zenlist QR code as a combination to, again, get more buyers and get more neighbors that are potentially even looking to sell interested in working with you versus you just spraying and praying. So that signage piece is going to be key. Then also open house. If you are not doing open houses, and I watch you guys, we have an in-house graphic designer, Amanda, who can help you with anything you need for flyers and things like that. But if you're not doing open houses, you're missing out on the possibility of outreach to all the neighbors. If you're just trying to sell that listing, which obviously is job one, but job two is getting you more leads in the door. How do you do that? Well, an open house is the best way to do that. So at an open house, we're going to use that text code and Zenlist combination again. And then we're going to have a Cloud CMA landing page there as well. So for those of you that have never done what I call an 11th level open house, I have a training on how to do the 11th level open house. Well, guess what? You're in for a treat. I'm going to do a 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. open house tomorrow evening. It is going to be open, obviously, not only to the public, but to you. Come through and experience the Project X 11th level open house. And you're then going to Friday get treated to a class walking you through exactly what I did and the results from that open house. And then your last step, well, what if it doesn't sell at the open house? Now, we have a tight market right now, but it's also a stagnant market. It is a balanced, stagnant market. So we know it may not sell at the open house. I'm going to walk you through what the next steps are using the exit tools to get more people, more eyeballs on that listing, but with a smart, proper call to action. So your homework at the end of this is going to be to explore your Project X and exit tools, your digital buyer and seller guides, Cloud CMA, ZenLink, and your Wise Agent API key syndications. Now, if you're going, I don't know what half that stuff even means, don't worry about it, because guess what? Every single one of these items is going to be one of the topics on an upcoming 30 Days to Greatness session. If you are not with us, guess what? We are recording these. We're putting these all on my YouTube channel. So you can go ahead and watch for the 30 Days to Greatness, 30 days of videos. There'll be 30 total videos. When you're done with this, you will have all the tools you need to succeed for Q2 and beyond. So let's go into this new listing of mine. So I have a new listing. It is at 2939 North Damon. So if you are following along, you can absolutely go in and take a look at 2939 North Damon. But don't worry about it. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up for you. So these beautiful photos, this wonderful 3D tour, all of this was done by the fabulous Laura Bell. And I'm paying for these photos for all of you. All right. So these are very well done. She has the ability to go back in and do some light photo editing. We don't believe in a lot of heavy photo editing here because we want accurate photos. But if you don't have a minimum of 12 to 15 photos, and trust me, I think the more the better, you're missing out. And what we know is from studying, and I'm going to be with the VP of Industry Relations for Zillow this evening in a one-on-one meeting, and been friends with this individual for over a decade. And what they taught me was the more photos, the higher it goes up on all the websites, not just Zillow, all the websites. And then also every time you do an open house, what happens? It goes higher on all the websites. So photos are step one, guys. And you can see, I'll even take, hey, you're not paying for the photos, I am. So why not get all of them? I have a photo of the washer dryer. I've got photos of the garage, everything. Because the more you can do to tell a great story about that property, the better. So all of that is already.
What's up?
Sorry, please unmute yourself. All those. Go ahead.
I'm good, and you?
Good, good.
Okay, that is. Sorry about that. And if you are not muted, please mute yourself. Thank you. All right, so you got the photos, right? If you've got the photos taken, then what's going to happen next? You're going to put it on the MLS, obviously, right? Well, duh. I don't believe in the private listing network. I can't stand it. I think it is one of the worst things ever invented. However, it's out there. What I would caution you with the private listing network, if you're a fan of it, and again, I'm not, is your tools will not work unless it's on the open MLS. So most of the tools that are out there will not work. One of the tools that will work is Zenlist. So Zenlist, why are we talking about Zenlist as a seller's agent? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I pay for Zenlist for every single one of you to have through our Project X toolkit. Why do I believe so strongly in Zenlist? Because it does get all the private listing network listings, but it's also becoming a tool for your sellers. So I already have, if you have not clicked yet, I already have just opened up the My Listings tab. If you've never seen the My Listings tab, it is pretty amazing. If you are on your mobile phone and you're on your Zenlist as an agent, then guess what? There is a tab that you press to act as a listing tool versus a buyer tool. So look at this. You'll see, guess what? 146 views, 6 saved already. No tour requests through Zenlist, but obviously, guess what? I've already got 7 showing requests on this place. We'll talk about seller reports and things like that beyond just Zenlist later. But you can click right on this and click on and get a seller report. So you can literally send a weekly report to that seller. All right. So you can literally cut and paste that. And it's a great resource for you. But beyond that, you can even do reverse prospecting right in there. So there are people that have their clients have saved this property. This is much better than just doing MLS one, right? But even beyond that, guess what's going to happen? You want to be able to go ahead and send this link out beyond there. But that's not what I'm going to show you right now. I want to show you in Zenlist your public profile. Your public profile now. This is a brand new feature of Zenlist. For those of you guys that have missed out on some of the Zenlist training, I worked with them directly at Zenlist to have this replace Linktree. So for those of you that have been in some of my past trainings where I said Linktree is great, you have all your items of value in one spot. Guess what? This now replaces it. So I've got a list of all my listings right there so that anybody can go in and take a look at all those listings right through Zenlist. So if you're not getting Zenlist out to everybody, you want to start doing it now. And I'm going to show you, yes, tomorrow, how it will look at an open house, but also how it will look on your signage. So I'm going to show that to all of you as well. But for today, your public profile has all your links to your listings, as well as all your other items of value. But more importantly than that, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the exit tools now. So we're going to get into the Exit Resource Center. This is available to all exit agents. It is one of the most underutilized things out there, I believe, and that is the Expert Marketing Suite. So you're going to go into exitrealty.com. and then you're going to click on the properties tab or hover over the properties tab. By the way, if you don't have it downloaded, amazing new resources right in the EXIT Realty Connect app for those of you guys that don't have it downloaded yet. Now, if you've been on my social media in the last couple hours, you will have seen that I've already posted this new listing. But in the Expert Marketing Suite, if you click on the Expert Marketing Suite, it's going to give you a text code within a couple hours of you listing it on the MLS. And more importantly than just that, it's going to give you a website. It's going to give you a couple other great resources, and all of that is out there ready for you to go. It is plug and play, flyers, etc. So if you go into the Expert Marketing Suite and you don't have a listing yet, by the way, click on Demo Listing. If you are a new agent or an agent that doesn't have a listing yet, click on Demo Listing. And Demo Listing is going to look and feel like you have a listing so you can show it to clients. We'll talk a little bit more about seller presentations another day, but this is when you have a listing, what are you going to do with it? That is our focus today. We're going to be very hyper-focused every day on a different topic. The topic today, selling these listings, getting that marketing looking so great that it's going to attract buyers and then also attract other sellers. So here's my listing. I put this on the MLS this morning at 6:30 a.m. And by 8 a.m., it was already in the Expert Marketing Suite automatically. You've got flyers. It will piece together and make a virtual tour, although guess what? Laura Bell already has one for you when you get a photo order through us that I'm paying for. It has text message codes, HTML codes, a website, all of that good stuff already. But there's some key features to the Expert Marketing Suite that I want to point out to you today that I don't think a lot of people understand. The first one is, when you post this on social media, what am I seeing constantly that drives me nuts? You are putting random links, hyperlinks to, maybe it's a tour, maybe it's even the site URL that Exit provided us. Well, guess what, guys? You know what social media hates? The algorithms on every social media instantly realize that a hyperlink is an ad, basically. Even though you're not paying for it, they're saying, oh no, someone is trying to get business, and they're going to shove that to the bottom of the algorithm. So what is the other problem with that, by the way, is that people go and maybe they do click on the link if they can find the post, but guess what? Is there a call to action? Probably not. Is there lead capture? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So why do we love the text codes so much that are automatically generated through Exit? Guess why we love them? Because then that's lead capture for you. So your signs, we're going to talk about signs on Friday when we review my open house marketing. But for today, just know when you post any listing, you're going to want it to look like this. So I'm going to go on my Instagram, and you can absolutely go ahead and take a look at this on your own. But here is what it looks like. I have cut and paste, literally everything right here is cut and paste from the MLS. So I have done a nice job on the remarks. I have not cloned the MLS remarks, guys, because that is cheap, and half the time it's wrong or poorly done by the previous agent. Now, I sold this property to these clients. These are wonderful clients. I'm so excited about this listing. They're moving to the suburbs, but I sold this to them a couple years ago. And I don't even remember how I found them or they found me as a buyer, but because we, of course, stayed in touch, the Exit Strategy Property Project X leveraged events, kept in touch with them through that. They, of course, came to me when they went to sell. So now we're on the market. And what does this right down here at the bottom say? The full multimedia presentation and 3D tour can be accessed by texting E314217 It's a mouthful, isn't it? To 85377. Well, what does that do? Guess what? When someone texts me or they come to the open house or whatever else and they use that code, guess what happens? I get their contact information. So instead of just spraying and praying, I now have a call to action, text this code to get more information, and I actually get lead capture. Lead capture. So that is going to go directly into my Wise agent because the exit text codes only work with one CRM. I'm very excited about that integration. Wise agent and myself and a couple other people were delighted to have that. That text code that is custom to this property comes through the Expert Marketing Suite. Okay, so once you post that listing with that text code, you are good to go for lead capture. But more importantly, guess what else happens? You have now the capability. I worked with Exit Corporate on this directly because no other company has this. And this is from me road testing so much technology over the years and having friends at competitors. We were looking at our little friends over at Compass that lost almost $700 million last year and laid off a ton of their tech support. They're not going to probably be able to do what we did here. So what did we do? In the Expert Marketing Suite, when you text that code, guess what happens? It not only gives you all the information on the property, but also it can give you the PDFs of anything like, for example, condo docs. Where else in the world can you text a code and you get PDFs? It is the only technology out there that does it. No website can do that. So that is right there when you text the code. Now, how do you add that? I will look at the messaging here, guys, in a little bit, because I see we already have our first question. But what do you do? So do you see once you've got the property listed, you've got to get it on the market in order to generate the tools of the Expert Marketing Suite. What you do is in the documents and links, that is where you're going to be able to upload. The only technology in America, and I believe in Canada, that does this, you can have that right there. So when they text that code, any condo docs, any paper like floor plans, neighborhood information, God forbid we actually do something like a property area reports, or a list of restaurants or anything cool like that you've got as PDF. I hate paper. So guess what? Rules and regs, budgets, minutes, all that can go right in here in property documents. But what else is there? Property resource links. So that is where you can add a link. Now, what could you do there? Well, guess what? I'm going to put in there the tour, the tour that Lord Bell generated for me, and that she can generate for you. And so what is that? That is the Zillow 3D tour that you just saw me use as an example earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that information up, and I will show you what you do with that. So there is that tour right here. And so this is generated by Laura. She did a wonderful job on this. And so I'm going to be able to go ahead then and post this, cut and paste right into the Expert Marketing Suite in that Documents and Links tab. So I've cut that, and now I'm going to paste it. So let me move this browser here for a moment. And I'm going to go ahead and paste this. So see where it says title and then description and the URL. So again, I'm going to go ahead and post that URL. And I'm going to put 3D tour. Joy this 3D tour. Damon, unit 2. I'm going to click on save. So that will then be in there and saved. So then when you go to text that code, guys, feel free to go ahead and use that example right now. So if you text E314 217 to our magical text codes, which is 85377. So text E314-217 to the number 85377. Go ahead and see what that looks like. So you will then get the information on the property, including any links, including any documents, and then I will get your phone number. So what do you do with that then? Well, we'll talk about how to find all the information on those people another day in our 30 Days to Greatness. But for today, just know that information is then in there. And that is the blessing that we have through Exit Corporate, is they've been able to have that information added for us right there. So you've now got flyers, HTML codes, even though we said probably not what you want to use today, text messaging, all of that stuff. Well, guess what? Wait, didn't we just say that you would probably want to talk about Zenlist? Well, guess what? Let's go ahead and add the Zen link right now. So if you click on public profile, and then the new magical Zen link is right there. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that to my clipboard, and I'm going to add that as another link. And that's, I put find all properties not on the MLS. You can see I've used this before. This is not my first rodeo. So then I've got my little Zen link there. Find more properties than on any other app. I'm going to go ahead and click save there. So now I have those two resources. Again, any property documents. The floor plan, Laura Bell nicely did for us. If you have some additional paper that you want to scan and put in there, it's right there for you in the property details. So from there, what are you going to do? Now, as the leads start flowing into you from the signage, etc., you can follow up right away, because they're going to go right into Wise Agent. How are they going to go right into Wise Agent? Well, that's because you've added your API key. We will go through a full walkthrough of all the different ways to work with Wise Agent. Guess what? Tomorrow in our 30 Days to Greatness session. So I'm excited that you asked. Now, let's go further. Let's go further. What do we do next? What if it doesn't sell tomorrow at this open house? What if it doesn't sell tomorrow at the open house? What else can I do? Well, I'm glad you asked. Right here in the Expert Marketing Suite, you can click on the Exit Ad Center and do some advertising in there. The only thing I will tell you, though, and you guys know, I think that at this point, after being in the business 25 years and with Exit almost 15, I'm going to talk to you straight. The Exit Ad Center is very nice. It does not, though, give you reporting for your seller. What do I want to do? I want to show my seller how amazing I am doing as their agent. So how do I do that? I believe in AdWorks. I believe in AdWorks. So let's go into, under the Properties tab, AdWorks. If you've never been here before, you're missing out. Now I'm going to tell you something quickly about AdWorks. I would love to buy this for all of you as a feature. I have some other ideas as well in terms of promotions, but I need you to work with Strategic Title and order title work through them. You can do that right in the Exit Resource Center under the Quick Links tab. Quick plug for Strategic Title. I would love to be able to do some of this stuff for you. At this point, though, today, you would need to go in, and I just got kicked out of there, so let me get back in. You would need to buy the AdWorks package of your choice to get this to your client. But what I love about AdWorks is that, and here they are, here's all my campaigns, is it is like everything else that I will teach you how to do, automated if you want it to be. So you can go in here, and I've shown you this before, and I will show you this again during 30 Days to Greatness. You can go in here and show your clients if you're actually going to use it. the listing pitch video, and the PDF. What do we love about this is that, look at what it does, is it's literally showing you, you can view all the campaign results. It goes on CNN, ESPN, Fox, New York Times, all over the internet. Digital advertising is really where things are headed and already there. So you can see that obviously I do a lot of work with them. You can automate this completely. But individually, you can go ahead and do this for a day, a couple days, 2 weeks. You guys, if you want to do it that way. But what I love then is there is the reporting feature for your client. So if you're going to spend money somewhere, do the reporting feature. Guys, please mute yourselves. Thank you. Look at this. So this property, by the way, is no longer just listed. Congratulations to Cheryl Morlock, my co-lister, and I guess myself, but she did the heavy lifting. But we did this ad because we weren't sure it was going to sell right away. And guess what? It didn't. It took a little while. So what we did was I ran this ad. Didn't spend a lot of money, guys. This is not a lot of money. But look what this did. 50,000 total views on this thing. And it went all over everywhere. It went all over everywhere. It went on CNN, ESPN, everywhere else. And then you can literally sit there and add, you can adjust the ad if you'd like. The destination page, where do I think it should go? I think it should go to not your Zenlist public link. I think it should go to the Zenlist link to the property, where they don't have to sign in to see that property, but if they want to see anything else, they do. And of course, because Zenlist integrates with Wise Agent CRM, that lead will also go directly into Wise Agent for you. So you can add weeks or edit the ad at any point. It can go on your Facebook, etc. I don't even hook it up to some of that stuff. I just focus on it getting out to CNN, ESPN, all those other major websites. It tracks who they are and it tracks that they're going to click through. It's just such a smart product. So AdWorks right there, right in your expert marketing suite. I'm going to show you one more time how to get there. So it is not under the properties tab in the expert marketing suite section. It is just a few spots over to get to AdWorks. And again, the difference is Exit Ad Center definitely generates leads for you, but it does not give you reporting for the client. Who am I concerned about first and foremost? The client. So I'm going to focus on AdWorks and spend my money there if this thing does not sell instantly. All right, let me see and make sure in my spreadsheet here that we've gotten through everything I wanted to walk you through. So we talked about the Zenlist QR code, how to, well, I'll show you how to generate the QR code for your signs and for your open houses. But again, we're going to have a full presentation on a 11th level open house. You may have seen a 7th level open house from another coaching program that's $1,000 a month. Mine is free, and I have an 11th level open house, which has helped me many times over the years sell property, not just that property, but other buyers and sellers that were excited by what they saw with me. So we talked about expert marketing suite tools using the text code versus the web link. The digital business card, I would prefer you use the property specific text code in terms of all your social media. The reason why is then when it goes into Wise Agent, it not only will tell you, but it will tell Wise Agent what property that lead came in on. And we'll talk about some ideas for you for AI and drip campaigns another day, but I wanted to focus on making sure first and foremost, you knew what the tools were to get in, and then what to do in terms of if it doesn't sell instantly. All right. A note for a couple of you guys, also in the property details. So back to the expert marketing suite within the Exit Realty Resource Center. There are the potential to do a little bit of like very basic, I would say, a virtual tour that turns itself into a video. not maybe my favorite feature, but it's decent. It's okay. So here is it literally does a property tour for you. And then you can download that. So I'll go ahead and show it to you. There's a branded and an unbranded. And they can come through as a basic tour. It can come through as a advanced level tour. It can do music, all different kinds of cool stuff. And you can download that so you can turn it into a YouTube video. But I'll let you in on a little secret. Did you know that you can just go into Instagram Reels or TikTok and you can make a video yourself in 2 seconds? Let me show you what that looks like. So if you go to my TikTok, whoops, not that, not that. TikTok.com. So what is my screen name? I think it's at Nick Libert Realtor. You have to do that. Yeah, there we go. I always forget you have to do the at in front of that. So you'll see, here's my newest listing. And you can add a little fun music. You didn't want to hear Lady Gaga that bad, did you? But same thing. Text code at the end of it, right there. So there's that multimedia presentation offer. And then you can export from TikTok. This took me literally less than a minute to put the pictures up, pick a music feature. I did it under 60 seconds because this could also be a YouTube short at that point. And easy, and my favorite word, free. So think about that if you do not want to work in the unbranded or branded tours that come from Exit Corporate. So because we have the photos from Laura Bell, it just makes it a lot easier to go ahead and just do it right in through our own features. So if I go in and click on text messaging, and you can see, you can go ahead and send what's called a quick lead. I will show you more about quick leads another day because we're going to go into an entire demo on my phone, sharing it with you guys and screencasting and recording on the Exit Realty Connect app, because you're going to need that when you are at your open house. All right, so we have gone on for 42 minutes. I want to go ahead and open it up for questions. And let's see here. It even gives school names. Yes, it does, Jeff. Both the Expert Marketing Suite and Zenlist. I mean, they're just, these two tools together are really incredible. Let's see here. Do you guys have any questions about what we've gone over today? Well, here's your homework, because we're going to have every day for 30 days, 30 days of greatness, you're going to have a different tool or technique, a system from myself and Project X. Your homework, I want you to go in and at least take a look at the Expert Marketing Suite. And I want you to, in the Expert Marketing Suite, go click on this button. I want you to click on as if you were going to have no listings and you wanted to do a demo listing. I want you to click on the demo listing feature so you can have something to show potential buyers and sellers, especially sellers, obviously, for today, even if you don't currently have a listing. And then secondly, I want you to go into your Zenlist, and I want you to, as an agent, go in and take a look at what you would need to do in order to share a listing, to do the QR codes, all of those features in Zenlist, because obviously, even if you're sitting in open house for someone else, you're going to want to have your materials at that open house. And what's the best material to have? This QR code right here, which is right in Zenlist under the public profile feature. And it says QR code download. We're going to talk a lot about that on Friday when we talk about open houses and buyer, what to do when you've got a seller and there's a buyer, unrepresented buyer sitting in front of you. And by the way, it's not just for unrepresented buyers. It's also for buyers that maybe their experience hasn't been that great with their current agent. So you always are on display and presenting yourself to the world. And I want you to have the best possible tools. One more item. If you are looking to schedule photos with Laura Bell, you're going to go into the resource center and you're going to click on under resources, quick links. And it's right in there along with a ability to order title work from Strategic Title. If you are not yet working with Strategic Title, please go to strategictitleco.com and you can get a title fee calculator. You can place an order, transfer stamp requirements, or contact our wonderful rep Bill, who is our main source of information from Strategic. One final note. Keep saying final, but I'm not there yet. I'm almost there. If you want to learn how Bill can help your business as a realtor with prospecting, you're going to want to save the following date. You're going to want to save Monday, March 13th. It's already on your calendar for 6 p.m. Bill and I are going to present. Bill's going to do the work. He's going to present how to target pre-foreclosures and some other demographic information through data mining that you don't have to pay for because I'm paying for it and Strategic gets. So we'll see you then. Tomorrow's session, 12 p.m. is going to be focused on Wise Agent. So if you didn't know how to set up those API keys, we kind of dropped a hint about today. That session is going to be fantastic for it. Thank you so much for being here. This has been recorded. This will be on YouTube and in the coaching blog. Have a great afternoon. And Jeff, it will be uploaded in the next 20 minutes. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.